This is Ashok Kumar, founder and CEO of CMTI. Today, we welcome everyone for this wonderful program on opportunities in interior division. Today, our guest is Mr. Gopal ji from Livspace available, and Ms. Mamta also from Livspace available. Hi to both of the people. And Mamta ji, Mr. Gopal's book, our students are actually they are fans of him. And the past maybe around 7 to 8 months, they are reading the books, and each and every student who is passing out of this institution, we are gifting that books to the people, and it is a very useful book. About that book, our people will be Darshan will be explaining how he was very much interested and all. This is just a eye-opening session for the budding engineers. What are the opportunities available in the sector? How the sector is there, and what is the future? And you people are the experts from the industry. You can give an idea about the industry. Where are the opportunities there, and what they need to do. That also will be a wonderful talk for them. And Darshan, can you introduce Gopalji officially to the audience so that we will start?
Sure.
Yeah, over to
Am I
you.
audible?
Audience,
Morning, everyone. I welcome I welcome speaker and all the audience to this wonderful webinar. It's my pride and privilege to give introduction of very dynamic leader, Sir Gopal Dwivedi, sir, who is an assistant vice president of at Livspace. He completed his graduation in statistics and mathematics and economics, Malal Shukdiya University between 1994 to 1996. He is through professional, having immense knowledge and experience of modular kitchen and wardrobe industry. He understands the need of time and design according to the customer needs without compromising the quality. And his patience approach in training the army of designers at Livspace has created a revolution in modular kitchen industries. He is having experience of 4 years in NIIT as central director and 5 years in Sleek in the international as vice president, and 1.5 years in H&R Johnson Indian Limited. He lead Hindware Home Retail Private Limited as business head from 2012 to 2015, and also a business head in Hectic India Private Limited. He- and 4 years experience in Livspace as a business head for Modular Kitchen. Presently, he is an assistant vice president in Livspace. And about his publication, actually, I'm reading the book from daily since 4 days. The introduction part, I'm in actually in introduction part, but the book is very interesting, and every page there is a note in the bottom that is hint for the like we can. It is like um, it is very important to read that point. It is. Sir, thank you, sir. Sorry.
Darshan, thank you. Mamta ji, just I received your mail. I could not able to open that file. Sorry, I could not able to introduce about you. Can you speak few words about you also, so that our audience will listen? Then we will hand over to Gopal ji.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give my introduction on my own. Hello, friends. My name is Mamta Natani. I'm working in Livspace from last 5 years now, and I take care for Pan India installation, supply, and ops network in at Livspace. Prior to this, I was working with Hindware Home Retail Private Limited. I worked there for almost 3 years in the modular segment itself only. So in all, for the modular industry, I have an experience of 15 years now. And overall, in the architect and interior designing segment, if I consider, it is 21 years of experience. So
Thank you, Mamta ji, for coming, accepting our invite and coming here.
thank you
Unfortunately, I could not able to open that
for having
file.
me on this platform, guys.
Yeah,
So I'm thankful to Gopal sir.
yeah,
He insisted me on being here. So thank you, sir.
yes. Over to Gopal ji. Thank you, Mamta ji,
Yeah.
for coming here.
Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks Ashok for this opportunity. Am I audible correctly? Is it? or do
Yes, Mr. Gopal, little volume, please. That's it.
okay, great. So a little volume. Okay, guys. So let's start this beautiful, webinar session, which is organized by CMTI, and they are doing a fantastic job. From like I know from last 1.5 years, whenever we met first time, Mr. Ashok, virtually till the date, there is no one-to-one meeting possible due to the pandemic. But yes, there are many opportunities or many different times where we discussed and all the possibilities and what the great work he is doing for this engineer students and the finishing program what he is conducting is what is the need of the time, where you must have the professional knowledge, at the same time you must know what is going around the industry, because the curriculums cannot be designed over the night, and once a curriculum designed for any certain university or certain program or certain technical subject, it remains same for certain time because you cannot update everything on time to time. And but the fact is that the nowadays the industry and the technology is changing so fast that you need somewhere the place to go where you can understand what is coming now and what will come near future. So apart from the textbooks, apart from the standard way of the education you need, there are some places where either you get the additional information in terms of these programs, finishing programs, or otherwise some practical um, uh, possibilities, opportunities where you can work and learn something. So that is actually called the practical learning, and that is very important for any of the person to get a good position or good job opportunities. So today we are going to bit discuss about the possibility how the moment somebody says the interior designing, I don't know somehow why it's uh, somehow the picture become little a rosy kind of thing, that there's maybe a very smooth kind of a profession where things will be colorful and only pencil and paper and all this thing will work. So the interior designing is a field, I mean to say, that is maybe wrongly or maybe differently presented in the mind of all the students. But let me tell you, the interior designing is a very, very technical subject. And I mean, when I say it very technical, I really mean it. Means I know that there are many different technical subjects, no doubt about it. The construction is highly technical, and there are other manufacturing things are where you may be a automobile or all other industries, they are technical. But compared to that, the interior designing is not so easy if you really want to do the interior designing for a home, because it involves a lot of various subjects. It talk about the material, it also talk about the construction, it also talk about the design, alignment, thickness, density, weight bearing, load capacity, dimensions, curvatures, angles, and all these things. Without knowing all these things, you cannot do an interior design for any of the home. It also need a little more than that. Means I mean to say that when you talk about the interior design, you also need to know a little bit more about the human behavior, which is in additional requirement of being an interior designer. Then you need to know the how the things placed in a home. So if I talk about this, then you also need to know about the ergonomics, that how a machine or equipment should work with the human, and how they both can exist in the same place. And this is the way you can design a place where the interior design uh, match with the existing place, where the together both the things become suitable for the user. So interior designing field is basically in general, if we say that who will be join the interior designing schools, mostly I see mostly arts graduate, or the people who have little bit interest in designing kind of things, they start joining the interior designing school. But lately what I found during my career also, and the during the time when I was writing the book, or during the time when I am maybe developing a training program, or maybe when till day, as Ashok and the Darshan said, I am almost engaged with a training program till date in India. More than 3,000 to 4,000 interior designers may get trained under the program which I may be designed. What I found is that interior designing need a lot of technical knowledge, and when you lack in technical knowledge, when you lack in something which is, I say that's little bit near to the engineering, then you can't actually make a beautiful home. You can't do a good interior. It mostly end up with something which is, I can say, it's a poor quality design or non-ergonomic functional place, which at the time it give pain to the user. And there that's what I'm telling, that interior designing somewhere is a subject engineers should opt. So post engineering, you should also venture into the interior designing, and you should see that how fantastic this subject is, and you will see a lot of synchronization and a lot of harmony between what you learn and what the things you need to design while giving a place to a user or a homeowner. I just want to share you some of the screen where I will just tell you that how this is, a moment, just a moment. Is is the screen visible, guys? If like Mamta
Yes,
can.
yes, yes. Please, please.
See,
Visible, visible.
I just put few of the word, like they are not, they are just very limited words. These are the few of the terms which mostly used while doing the interior designing. It's a CAD is a computer aided designing, CAM is computer aided manufacturing, processes integration. In dimension, we deal in millimeters, IMOS codes, modules, testing, assembly, mapping. It's a machining, density. Do you think these words belong to some subject which is more related with arts? I see this all terms are, these are terms used and liked by engineers. And honestly, these are the terms on everyday basis an interior designer use, or they need to deal with all these kind of terms, because this is where the whole world is around surrounding with what we are calling the terms interior designing. So these are very few words. There are many highly technical terms, and there are many highly technical machining processes. They are involved in the whole process. Today my focus will remain mostly towards interior designing, which support with some of the panel processing factories and factories where we mostly design a factory made furniture, because that gives even more opportunities for the engineers to come into this field, because there are highly sophisticated factories where they are awaiting for young and young students who can understand the technical process, and who can design the codes, and who can design the new construction of the furniture, and they can also understand the ergonomic part of a human body, and accordingly they can they can come up with new solutions which the whole world is waiting. So if we see outer part, or an overall various positions available in the interior segment, let me put in some of the positions which you can venture it into. If you have more interest in the pure designing, you can go into the pure designing section, which is interior designing, the subject called. Then once you design something, it's not finished, you need to install it. So the installation is altogether is a complete different world, and Mamta will give you more insight about what actually means when we say the installation. Then the furniture designing and the engineering part is also a very interesting part. These all are individual subject. One can opt and do the expertise into it, and the industry is into the requirement of people who are expert in one and individual these kind of subjects. When I say one and individual, means the industry is actually waiting for the people who are highly dynamic furniture engineers, design engineers, like who understand the furniture At the same time, who understand the construction, who understand the load bearing, who understand how to fix the things, who understand which kind of hardware will go, who understand how to make a furniture which is more suitable for various age, size, load, geography, culture, and habits. And these kind of detailed understanding and learning will end up with a product which sometime can be a award-winning design or maybe a everyday useful product. So the modular kitchen and modular wardrobe and all these are product are highly engineering and highly designed product according to the customized requirement of a customer, where the industry is has a lot of opportunity for the young and dynamic interior students. The furniture material resource planning is a very good subject where you need to understand that what kind of material will require and how much material will use in a particular batch of furniture or particular piece of furniture or particular lot of furniture. According to, you can plan the material. At the same time, you can do the planning for the wastage management also, because when you are into the planning of a material, and if you understand the wastage part very well, you can do a lot of R&D into the reducing the wastage, and that is what the real earning for the manufacturer. Because the moment you increase or decrease the 1% of the wastage, it actually converted into 1% profit for the whole unit which you are running. So you can be a head of a profit center, or you can claim to be a profit center head where actually you are doing some engineering work. So these are very interconnected kind of thing where the design and the technology meet together. Furniture for the commercial spaces, furniture for the office, furniture production workshop where actual machines are working, where you have the heavy duty machines, where you can cut 10 or 20 panel at one shot. You can milling the various different kind of material, wood, metal, glass. You can work with the robotics. You can work with the machines which do the automation in terms of designing, cutting, edge bending, coloring, spray painting, and there are a lot of different processes which involves into the whole furniture manufacturing. So that is where the production workshop, that is a real workshop where actual people work. And at the same time, when you work with the heavy duty machines, mostly in India, when I see that most of the machines are right now from the Europe and East Asian countries, they need a people who are trained to understand how the machine works and how does the maintenance required, how does the machine got installation. Because these machines are working in 3 shifts and they have very high number of components which keep working. They keep damaged or tearing and wearing out, and at the same time you need a people who can understand the machine and who can calibrate the machine, who can automate the machine, and who can connect and make the machine work with for the human being who is operating all the machines. So the production workshop is a very exciting place. Furniture production machine shop, where we dedicatedly people working on those machines who are made for furniture manufacturing. Finishing is altogether a complete different area, where I told that maybe a veneering or a lacquering or maybe lamination, foiling, wrapping. There are many different kind of finishing processes which convert a raw ply or raw MDF or raw particle board into a beautiful piece of a furniture surfaces. So you need a lot of finishing requirement. Upholstery, whenever you sit on a piece of a sofa, you will understand that what is the real meaning of upholstery. So that is again a very big industry where you need experts who can understand that how much density will required, how much thickness of a foam will require, how much material will be required, and all these kind of things. At the same time, you can study that which material is suitable for human skin, or which material is what height of the furniture is suitable for sitting. So this is comes under upholstery, material handling, and then assembly. Because in today's when I am today in today's talk, when I'm specifically talking about the furniture which is made at factory, the assembly part is very important. You need to understand the right assembly, because the furniture is made with the help of softwares like IMOS and all this, where the furniture is virtually assembled once and they can see. But assembling that furniture at real time at site is altogether a different skill, and that you need to know. And those assemblers are highly valuable assets to the in the whole industry, because every piece of furniture mostly nowadays reach at site in a form of packets, like in form of panels. They are not reach at site in the real shape of furniture. Then you need the people who understand, who can read the whole piece of assembly code and assembly structure, and then they can uh, quickly assemble the whole furniture. So a rightly assembled piece of furniture can long last years, but a wrongly assembled piece of furniture can, and can be damaged or malfunction within for few minutes or few hours or few days. So that assembly expertise is required. All you all know that in every segment the quality plays a major role. So the furniture segment has also a lot of rules available with the quality control, packaging, where most important part is that how to how the product reach to the site at a safe and without any damage. So that is also a complete big industry where the packaging comes into the picture, the thickness of packaging, carton thickness of the ply which you use, how to make the corners safe, how to do the packaging so that it consume less volume, and it can be easily transportable, how to make a packaging in a way that one can lift in to the multi-story buildings and then can open it. This all is altogether is each and every subject is altogether is a very detailed piece of expertise where one person need. And being in background of an understanding of the engineering, it will make very easy and very useful for guys who have the engineering background, which if they want to come into these fields, because they can really put the science and the art together, because this whole interior is, I consider, is a mixture of art and science together. So obviously the sales and distribution is a little bit tricky and different subject, maybe not so likable by the engineers, but yeah, that's also the positions available. And yeah, assembly and then final installation, and the allied industries related to raw material, tools, equipment, machinery there. So there are, you can see, it's like making a piece of furniture is also like making a ship or making a car. It has all the, from the raw material to the final product, from installation to the assembly, all the fields are open for the people. And apart from just a word designing, which also comes under the designing, because designing is, I consider, doesn't belongs to only the subject art. It is really design subject is related with art and science together. And engineering is a beautiful combination of it's a combination of art and science. So this is what just an idea where one can opt. And each of this point, you just need to go into deep into one topic, and you will get a position which can be make you the head of some of the division or head of the whole. So take an example, we have our colleague Mamta with us, and consider this is all subject. She has taken the expertise into the furniture installation with her all the career, most of the time 15 years out of 21 years. She has been the taken a grip on one subject, which is normally, first of all, I need to congratulate for Mamta. I don't want to being biased on a gender, but mostly I don't see females go into the installation world till my career. There are many very less number of females they are into this kind, because this is a heavy duty site based work. Every time you need to be present at site and you need to see the process in your on your presence. And that's where I need to say that she done a very great job for this industry, where right now she is heading the pan India installation for the company, which is one of the topmost company of the Indian interior industry, as named as Livspace, the same place from where I also belongs. So the furniture installation was in the list is just one subject, and she picked up that subject so nicely and done her expertise in a way that today she has a position. We don't find now any senior position uh, of this subject in the company, which is one of the biggest company in India. So that's the way the journey can be. You can reach to the various positions, from a site supervisor to the installer to the head of the project management to the project, till where the head of the installation kind of positions. So think that if I am talking about only one subject and so many positions, if there are 16 various positions, subjects are available in the field of interior designing, how many different possibilities may be available for you guys to go into and doing deep dive and then come up as one of the successful entrepreneur or person who can venture into this subject. Before going a little bit more, let me give you just an idea that from where I am coming, like what on what behalf we are talking about. So this is we're just talking about not industry now. We are just let me take you an idea that the Livspace, one of the India's most trusted home interior brand, has a more than 25,000 happy customers now, and more than 1,500 interior designers are working. We are currently available in 21 city, and these numbers are keep adding now. We are basically a Singapore-based company which started as a head office in Bangalore, and now we spread it across the country. And we also had operations in Singapore, and now we are moving to other Asian companies also. And for your just for your knowledge, that we are delivering almost 2 homes every hour. This is a number which one should we all, as in Livspace team, we all proud to be the Livspace from the Livspace, and this is the speed we are right now doing for the home interior segment, where almost 2 homes and more than 2 homes we are delivering every hours. So thanks to the whole team. At the same time, the credit goes to the people who are, like sometimes they are behind the scene, or like I can say the teams belongs to Mamta, who are, they normally doesn't seem in picture before the whole discussion when the customer dealing with the interior designer. But when finally the product reach to the site, the actual installation is done by the people who belongs to the installation team. So this is something geographical map which let you know that the home interior segment by Livspace is spreading across the country, and if you from wherever you belongs to, you have an opportunity to being part of a Livspace team, and you can come and you can be a part of various positions we have. So these are the cities which tier 2s, and when we say we have the ECs, it means we have also have the experience centers. And there are cities where we just started our operations and we don't have the experience center, but our team is working there. The journey of the Livspace started from 2015 with, and every year we achieve some of the very renowned various awards kind of thing. And till 2020, the Livspace is a silver award for the best residential design. IDCS awards winner is. So something in this session, let's keep less, because it is basically focused on the opportunities available. So yeah, but let me tell you, the place Livspace is also awarded as a best working place for the year 21-22. So you can also see the opportunities for a company which is awarded as a best working place company. I will just show you one or two the documents which will give you a little bit idea that how an interior designing company deal with such kind of processes, and which maybe increase your interest, or maybe which may excite you to come and join this industry. Not only the my company, but the whole industry I'm talking about. So let me show you a document, just one piece of document where I think now I think now this screen should be little bit more familiar with such kind of diagrams, because you mostly deal into these kind of diagrams on a daily basis. So this is the process where we just set up. I'm just showing you an official document, so please don't mind if I don't give you an opportunity to see it properly, because this may not be appropriate for me to show the official details. But I'm just showing you the ideas that this is a kind of work a person should do before going into the furniture designing kind of thing. So it's a product development process where you need an AutoCAD, you need a product codes, you need a various kind of raw material details, then you need a computer aided designing process, then you need to work with the databases, then you need to work with the process which gives the machine how to do the drilling and cutting instruction automatically, and then the machines will operate on those kind of codes which works on the raw material, and then finally the product got manufacturing. So somebody of one of my team member may be sitting at his office or some room, and he is designing a code for a furniture. The same code may be going to a machine via some of the automated system design, and the factory can be another part of the country, and the machine can be controlled with those code automatically, and that machine will cut the panel with the precise exact size and shape where the program is written at the back end. So this is the power right now the furniture industry already gain in terms of automation and machineries and engineering, where the designing can be done remotely and manufacturing can be done entirely at a different location. And with the help of the automation and logistic, the final one component of a furniture can be manufactured at south of India, other component can be manufactured at some of the factory in the north of India, and the both component can come together at some logistic point and warehouse, and then can be packaged together and reach to a customer site, which can be a central part of India, and a team which can understand the whole code and the total process with their scanners and with their assembly guideline. They can assemble the product and make a piece of furniture anywhere where the components reach together. So this is the way the whole furniture panel industry is working. These are some of the images which you can say that's highly aligned with the interest of the student who are into the engineering, because they understand what is the importance of CAD drawings and how the dimensions and detailings and codes and all this works. So these are some of the screens which gives you an idea that furniture is now no longer a carpentry sitting at a customer's home and cutting the panels and then gluing the panel together and making a piece of furniture which stick and remain there. Furniture is basically now a real piece of engineering. It's a real piece of art and science together, where you can see the whole product before making it. You can understand the functionality, you can understand the load bearing, you can understand the various components, you can see which kind of hardware will go, how to fit the hardware, where the holes will be required. So you don't need the most of the complicated tools at the side, and the installation can be done with the using very simple machines, because the mostly backend machineries already have done a lot of work into the piece of the whole panels. So these kind of filings, which you can see, it's a CSV file format, XML file formats, database drives, these all work together, and then the whole process goes into the factories, where I can show you some of the images of the shop floor. And there's a one piece. I can show you another piece where you can see how the production works, like so the instruction go into the front end design, then it goes into the PO generations, then you need to design the project production details, and finally it goes to the manufacturing. When it goes to manufacturing, from designing, there are many opportunities for the engineers who are interested into the 3D or 2D designing kind of things, because the whole designing is done with using various different kind of softwares and that involves a lot of technology, a lot of brain, and a lot of codes, science together. Finally, the whole information converted into these kind of technical datas, where each and every component is, differentiated in terms of dimensions, in terms of uh, pricing, data, all these things together. And these make the codes. These codes convert the final codes into the machine readable codes, and these machine readable CSV files then goes to the various factories. Then they generate these kind of packing details, they generate these kind of barcodes, so that each and individual components will come together, so that these barcodes will help them to read what is inside the packet. You don't need to open the packet before opening. Yeah, this is the way a furniture goes from integration server to the design server to the manufacturing server, and the whole process is fully involved with high high technological processes, where we actually need a logical brain rather than more of a and which is mostly available with the engineering students kind of thing. So see the minute details of one just sticker, which talk about everything, each and everything about a component which is packed inside. So this is a complete biography of a piece of panel, just one piece of panel, which can be readable by installer, can be readable by a manufacturer. Then see, these are the all cuttings details, that how a product will go into the machine. So the upper part is designed on a computer, and see, this is the lower picture. This is a real piece of panel with the real kind of different dimension of drills which is done. Now you don't need a carpentry to do at site, because these kind of drill done on a millimeter level of precision, and according to the requirement of the hardware, that what hardware will go into this panel, according to this drilling is done. And this whole process need a lot of such things, where you need optimization, you need machining, you need cleaning, you need inventory planning, you need beam saw and other different label printer machines work, edge bending, finally goes to quality control, and then package and dispatches. If you like to see, I can show you some of the images. These are the real uh, images of the factories where the furniture is now manufacturing. It is completely different than the traditional way of furniture making. So you can see the huge machines. They have the different machine. Few of the machine play the role in right cutting of the component. Then you need to do the edge bending. Then you need to do the swing. You need to do the routing. Then you need to do the drilling. Then you need packaging. Then you need cleaning. All this together. This is some of the images are from the shop floors. And these are each and every machine and each and every process also involve further deep more engineering processes, like a panel, how to convert a panel into lamination process, how a raw board, how the lamination can be done, what kind of machine, what kind of temperature, pressure, what kind of panel cutting processes, how the panel goes inside. So you can see these are the various and very few of the images right now I'm showing you, because this is just a panel processing. It doesn't end at the whole furniture. Apart from the panel, we have the wood, then we have the upholstery, we have the leather, then we have the metal, then we have the glass, and then we have a lot of appliances. Like if you talk about just talk about the kitchen, there are hundreds of appliances which goes into the kitchen, and you need to understand the right installation and right use and right planning and designing of those appliances, like chimney, like cook hood, or maybe the cooktop or dishwasher, oven, baking, microwave. Then there are ROs and all. There's a lot of different appliances. And when you talk about the furniture itself, the furniture itself have a lot of mechanism inside. There are sliding mechanism, there are lifting mechanism, there are opening mechanism, so swiveling mechanism. There are different mechanisms of the door. They are available, and you need to design the product in a way that it works together with the panel or with the metal or the glass, and give a perfect piece of furniture. So, guys, this is something which I was just trying to uh, tell you that interior designing is just not how it sound like it's an interior. Somehow I don't know, but somehow I just got from a lot of people that most of the time it doesn't sound very interesting subject for those who are into the technical liking. But then once somebody goes inside this field, then they will understand that interior designing is actually not possible without the technical aspects of the understanding and without the technology. So if I keep talking about the subject, I think we will cross the timelines, and then we have a lot of things to cover. But yeah, I just want to say that's it from my side. uh, I, I just want to welcome you guys that if you are interested in a field where you can actually merge your intelligence with the need of a user, and then if you want to mix the usability, functionality, ergonomics, science, and the complete engineering together, if you want to make a fantastic world to live for, or if you want to make a comfortable piece of place where you can give a beautiful home for the user, welcome to the world of interior designing. The whole interior design field is awaiting for such kind of engineers and bright students who can give more power to this field and who can make it more and more adaptive and more functional for the user. And when I say user, I mean to say you, me, your mom, my mom, your brother, my brother, sisters, wife, husband, who are working in the field day-to-day basis, where we live, where our children play, where our family cook, where we enjoy the whole life. That's what the home is. And if your engineering can make this more livable, more enjoyable, what best it can be. That's it from my side. I hand over it to Mamta, she will explain you that the one part of that installation and how it is important and which kind of opportunities you can have, you can opt for if you have the liking for that particular subject. See you.
Thank you, Mr. Gopal. You have done justice for the topic given. I've been watching you entire presentation. Nicely, it was crisp and given time you have given a best out of it.
Thank you, Ashok.
Yeah, I welcome Mamta ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Uh, Guys, first of all, I would like